Okay, so I recently did the Silverstone single-seater experience and it was incredible. Not only due to the car, but also the time that we were allowed driving by ourselves, not having to follow an instructor. But let me tell you a little more. Let's roll the intro first. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of video from the day as I didn't pay 60 quid for the 360-degree surround video that you can pay for from Silverstone themselves. But it's likely something that I will grab next time I go, purely so I can have the memory of me seeing it and also be able to see it on a video, just if any of you are wondering about getting the video yourselves, if you book it for yourself. I think the best way to put it is that there's something about being able to see an exact replica of what you saw as opposed to what your friends and family saw watching from the sidelines that you can't quite put a price on if you want to share the experience following the drive. That being said, Silverstone have certainly put a price on the experience itself, and it's not cheap. The experience on the website right now is £279, and for a driving experience with 30 minutes of driving, it doesn't sound like an awful lot, but considering there's no instructor, it really is a lot of driving. In my opinion, it's one of the best value for money experiences that you can buy at the moment, and there aren't too many driving experiences here in the UK at least that allow you to drive at all without an instructor, let alone for 20 minutes without an instructor. So, obviously, the experience kicks off by arriving at Silverstone, but make sure you don't go to the main entrance. It's at the entrance for Drive Silverstone, which is where they run all of their experiences from. You then head to the infield, to the wing, which is right next to the newly built hotel, which looks incredible. And from there, you sign in, you do your checks with your driver's license and so on, and then you have a safety briefing before heading back to your car to drive to Stowe, which is a smaller track, often used as a test track for a number of cars in different series, on the infield of Silverstone. It's still 1.15 miles long, I think they said, so there's still about a minute for a lap in these cars, but great fun to drive, great fun. Once you get there, you get given your helmet and this very nice, check this out if the focus works, there we go, very nice balaclava, which you of course get to keep, get a head start. Thanks for the pun, Silverstone. But you're not given a suit or even gloves. If you bring your own, you are allowed to wear them, of course. So that might be something to bear in mind if you're going to buy the experience for yourself, or for a relative who already has karting gear, for example, or maybe races in another series and you're just getting them this single-seater experience because they drive tin top or something like that. The car looks a lot like an F1600, although we were never explicitly told what formula these cars are. Chances are they're some sort of detuned hybrid of a bunch of things and adapted so that any Tom, Dick or Harry can come along, get into the car, have the seat adjusted for them and go out driving straight away. It was a 1600cc Ford race engine and it had a straight cut H pattern manual gearbox with an incredibly heavy clutch, which really added to the experience being visceral and a really raw driving experience, honestly. So once you're in the car, you've had the seat adjusted, you head out, you have 10 minutes following a pace car, which in our case was a BMW 118i, just done up in the Silverstone, some sort of Silverstone drive livery. You follow that car around. Very nice, very fun. Really get used to the clutch, changing gears. Like I said, it's a straight cut gearbox, so you don't, it's not like in a conventional car where you really feel the gear go into place. It's more of just I don't really know how to describe it. It's just different. If you end up doing it, or if you've used a car with a straight cut gearbox yourself, you'll probably know what I'm on about. And once that 10 minutes is done, we're pulled into the pits again. The BMW 1 Series peels off and we're let out for 20 minutes of solo driving with no instructor. Now, there are only two places on the track that you're allowed to overtake. The track itself, like I said, is the Stowe circuit. 2 main straights, 2 sets of chicanes, and then a series of S's with a hairpin at either end. It's a pretty fun layout to drive, honestly, and it really lets you experience both the straight line speed of these cars, which when you're that low to the ground does feel incredibly impressive, but also the cornering speed, because a lot of us won't have driven a car, especially not on conventional roads, that really has downforce, and you can feel it in these, as well as the fact that you're low and wide. There's quite a wide track on these cars, so when you're throwing it into the chicane, you really can do exactly that. Throw it into the chicane and it just sticks, and it is so much fun, and very much so something I would recommend to anyone out there who is currently done karting and is looking for the next thrill, or would just like an experience of what they do at home on their sim rig, for example, and wants to go and try it in real life. Go for it. Do it. I already want to do it again. I received this experience as a gift, and I'm already probably going to buy it for myself again, because you can't, like I said at the start of the video, you can't get this anywhere else. You can't get 20 minutes solid of driving a Formula car, at least in the UK, without an instructor, without having to follow someone else, and it was just absolutely awesome. So if you are going to be heading down to Silverstone anytime soon, or if you've already done it and you just want to let us know your thoughts, chuck a comment down below. I've been Toby for Racing Games, and we'll catch you in another video here on the channel soon.